And I gotta move over here. And here we go. All right, guys. Hey, how's everyone doing today? Hey, you're listening to the podcast by Mata. And of course, I'm your host, Podcast Joe. Hey, I want to thank you guys for tuning in again. Hey, we've got another fabulous show for you. Hey, we've got somebody from, of course, from the adult industry. Well, I would say from formerly of the adult industry.
I'm sorry, Joe. Can we start over? I don't want to be considered from the adult industry.
Okay.
I never want to be considered that, so I'd rather you not say that.
Sure, no problem.
I'm just an actress. I'm not. I don't.
No problem. No
I'm
problem.
not in the adult industry.
No problem.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Hey, we're gonna go redo this again. Let's go. Yeah. Okay. Hey, here we go. How is everyone doing today? Hey, it is Thursday, March 21st. Hope you guys are having a fabulous day today. Hey, well, you're listening to the podcast by Mata, and of course, I'm your host, Podcast Joe. Hey, we've got another fabulous show for you lined up today. We've got a fabulous actress for you. She has a lot of film credits under her belt. You might know her from films from The Devil Wears Nada, Vigilante Diaries, as well as Housebroken Night Cruise. Please welcome to the show, Miss ChristineNguyen. How are we doing?
Doing great. Thanks, Joe, for having me on your show today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for being on. So how was it growing up for you in, I believe it was Houston, Texas, you were raised?
I was, yes. I grew up in Houston, went to school there until I went off to UT for college, and then went back to Houston to go to grad school, and then decided law school wasn't for me. So I packed up my Miata with my dog and a bunch of CDs. I came out to LA.
Okay. Yeah, I have a friend that lives in Katy, Texas. I guess that's kind of near Houston.
Yeah, that's where actually my parents had their house. So I'm very familiar with Katy, Texas.
Oh, okay. All right. Great to hear. Now, when did you first get the acting bug to want to be an actress and get involved in that?
Oh my gosh, that acting bug, let's see, it hit me, I guess, like around in 5th grade. I did like a lot of one-act plays. I was always in drama club. And so I started acting then. And then I started going to a lot of drama tournaments, did really well in those. And when I went to college, I kind of had to stop it for a little bit because my parents wanted me to really concentrate on school. But without them knowing, I got an agent when I was up in college, and I started doing some commercials up there, still did drama. So it always continued throughout my life. But yeah, I started at a really young age. I think 5th grade is, I don't know how old you're in 5th grade, but that's when it started.
Okay. 5th grade, I think it's like 10 or 11 years old, something like that.
Oh my gosh, so young. Oh, I miss those days.
Okay. Now I understand you're shooting and or wrapping up a dark comedy thriller as well as a dark comedy action film. Can you give listeners a little more insight on what that's about?
Sure. Well, actually, we already wrapped a while ago, and I think what you're referring to is called Girls, Guns, and Blood. Mm-hmm. And it's a dark comedy action film, and it's basically kind of like a grindhouse film, kind of if you ever seen Planet Terror by Quentin Tarantino. Mm-hmm. Very similar to those, but it turns the tables, whereas grindhouse films are usually men torturing women, and women are always, the victims. In our film, we torture the men, and the men are the victims. So it's a lot of fun.
Oh, wow. Sounds like it.
Yeah. They also have another film that's going to be released late spring, maybe early summer. I'm not sure exactly when, but it's called Giantess versus Mecha Fembot. And this is purely a sci-fi dark comedy. If you're, one of those types that like campy, those old Godzilla kind of movies, this is right up your alley. It's once again, lots of women, and we're all huge. We're giants, and we terrorize each other, and we terrorize planet Earth.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, from people who remember the movies you did, like on Showtime and those things, was there a certain favorite one that you liked or?
Yeah, I did so many of those, and I like to call them my sexy period. They're
Mhm.
basically erotic films that are shown on cable. And
Right.
my favorite one, I think, was Super Ninja Doll because I got to play two characters. And people always, I mean, it's like getting to play, two roles or two movies at one time. And I played a good version of myself, and I played a bad version of myself. And that's my favorite one. I've always loved anime, and it kind of incorporates that in it too. So it was like the best of everything for me.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I've got a few kids, and my older ones they're into that anime stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. They're constantly over on Hulu. I guess Hulu has a lot of anime cartoons, and they're really into that. And they check that out quite a bit. Now, out of those films, my favorite one that you did was I can't think of the name of it offhand, but you come back as a ghost.
I come back as a ghost. Of the erotic genre. Is that
Yes,
what we're talking
yes,
about?
yes. I can't think of the name of it offhand,
Gosh,
but
I don't. There wasn't one where I come back as a ghost, but the very first one I ever did was called Ghost in a Teeny Bikini, and in that one, I'm not the ghost. It was Nicole Sheridan. She played the ghost.
okay,
She was
that must
Thea.
have been it then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, my character was called Muffin.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I remember that one. There was a ghost involved. I thought maybe it was you but yeah, that's the one I remember for sure. Okay, great. Now I understand you have a significant female other in your life. Guys, put down your inhalers. It's nothing like that. But
Yes, she's the one I work to feed and keep a roof over our heads. Her
mhm.
name's Chloe. She's the cutest little thing in the world. She's got 4 legs. She's white. She's got these cute little black spots one right over her eye. She's my dog. She's my Jack Russell Terrier.
All right. Yeah, I saw her online or on your social media. She's a cute dog, really cute dog.
Yeah, I post about her all the time. It's like when I first meet someone, I always tell them about my little girl, and they're like, "Oh, you have a daughter?" And I'm like, "It's my dog."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, great to hear. Now, guys and ladies and gentlemen, if you're ever on Singapore Airlines, um, you may see Christine on the flight, but if not, you're definitely going to hear her. Um, she is the in-flight announcement. Her voice comes across, the in-flight announcement that they do. How did you go about landing that spot?
That was really fun, actually. It just kind of fell into my lap. Like I do a lot of voiceovers,
Mm-hmm.
and I do them in English. I'm, fluent in English, obviously,
Right.
but I'm also fluent in Vietnamese, and so that's a big market.
Mm-hmm.
And I do voice dubbing, and I do voiceovers in Vietnamese for basically everything: commercials, infomercials. I dub films,
Right.
and yeah. So it came across. My email one day that they were looking for a Vietnamese voiceover
Mm-hmm.
for that. And I submitted myself and I got the job, and voila, I'm on Singapore Airlines.
All right. Now, did you fly out for that, or was it just a voice thing where you just
Oh
submitted
my
it to
gosh,
it?
no, I wish I flew out for it. And the funny thing is too, it was a company in Dublin that did it. And so I don't know how they contract out all that work,
Right.
but I worked with a company in Dublin, and they had me record everything in a studio here in LA, and we sent it to them, recorded, and then, we did the edits and everything. And it was basically, it's the wonder of technology nowadays. You
Yeah.
can work from your home state
Right.
and never have to go anywhere. But I would have loved to go to either the Dublin or Singapore because I've never been. But I might be going to Singapore soon, though.
All right. Wonderful to hear. That's good to hear. Now, where am I at? Oh, what other voiceovers have you done that they may recognize some of the listeners?
I've done. There's a movie that Jason Statham was in called Safe.
Mm-hmm.
It was an action film, and I dubbed the little girl's voice, May, in that. The voice of the little girl in that.
Okay.
What else have I done? I mean, I've done a bunch of commercials. Like I did PG&E, which is Edison. I did a commercial for them.
Mm-hmm.
I did one for John Hancock, which is, I think, some kind of investment company.
Yeah, John Hancock's investment company. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've done some for Cartoon Network. I used little bumpers for them.
Uh-huh.
it was about like the Scooby-Doo Network and all these other things. I can't remember what I said in those. It's been a while. But yeah, if you kind of listen around and you hear a voice that's kind of like me, that's probably me.
Yeah. All right. There you are, listeners. If you guys are on the internet, check those out. Maybe you can find the PG&E one on YouTube or something for the commercial for that.
I also did video games back in the day. I was on a WWE video.
Oh, cool.
I was also on these are the video games, and then there was a Fast and Furious 6 game. I did the voice on that, and then I believe I'm trying to remember all these things. Now my resume is so crazy.
Yeah.
Front Mission Evolved. That's another video game I did the voice for, and I think Square Enix did that. If you guys are gamers.
Yeah, my kids are for sure. What voice did you play on in the WWE one?
Christy Hemi's voice.
Oh, okay.
WWE Diva back in the day.
Right. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Now, I think you've already mentioned it, but you have some projects coming up in April. I want to give another plug for that if you haven't mentioned it yet.
I did. So the Girls, Guns, and Blood is going to be premiering soon. I think at the end of April in LA, but you'll have to go on the Girls, Guns, and Blood website to ask about that. And what else? I have Giantess versus Mecha Fembot. The trailer just came out for that, and so I posted it on my social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. If you guys want to go on that, you can look up the link for the trailer for that. And I believe every about 2 months is when the producer said that the screening or the premiere is going to come out, but I'm not quite sure, so you want to check our website on that to make sure. What else is going on here? I shot a webisode. It's a thriller sci-fi horror called The Cottages, and that's still in production. I'm not sure exactly when that stuff is going to come out, but if you just follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, I always let people know, when the newest things are coming out and the release dates or the premieres or whatever. So just make sure you follow me and you get all that good information.
Heck yeah. Also, too, when you get a chance, when you do find out the date, you can always come back on and we'll do some plugs for you. And if your schedule is too hectic, feel free to email me that info, and I'll definitely drop it for you. Drop it on one of my shows for you.
Sure.
Yeah. Now, I understand that there is a certain song by Pink Floyd that you like that just makes you want to just kick back and just view the sky and the stars.
Oh my gosh, so much about Pink Floyd makes me just want to kick back and relax. But the song that you're talking about is Time. I love that song. That song to me brings back I don't know, it just makes me feel like I'm back in college again, or it's one of the best songs ever because it just talks about life and how you have to live it. Because if you don't, you look back and like it just passes you by. And so when I think about that song, it reminds me every day that time is constantly ticking and that we have to make the most of every minute, of every day.
Right. Now, have you had the chance to view them live, watch them live?
No, one of my really good friends runs the Hollywood Bowl, and he's really good friends, with Pink Floyd. And he would always invite me to their shows, and I hate myself. I've always been busy whenever they've been in town, and he invited me to go see the show at the Coliseum years ago, and I don't know what was going on. Something happened, so I gave the tickets to my girlfriend. It was amazing tickets. I think she got to go back and meet them and everything.
Oh, wow.
I would have loved to meet Roger Waters. I swear, I was so mad I didn't get to do it that day.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't been able to see them live, and I was going to go to Wisdom because they were going to do I think it's once every month for 2 days. They do a show there, and Wisdom is like this huge, amazing 3D immersive park that you can go into, and you listen to the music, and you actually feel like you're in this. Remember IMAX movies where they show it, and you feel like you're a part of this planetarium, and things are 3D coming at you. I was supposed to go to that a couple weeks ago, but because of work, once again, I wasn't able to make it. So one of these days, and I think it's even better for me because now I'm like, even like, I play Pink Floyd and I keep on waiting for the day that I get to see them live. Yeah.
I saw them back in the mid 80s in Sacramento, and I mean, they're amazing. And then that light show that they have is just a mind blowing mind fuck.
Oh, I bet.
Oh my gosh, it's like you got. I don't know how they do it, but the light hits you, and then the way they have it from the back, I don't know how they do it, but it seems like the light is going through the person when that light hits them. It's just you got to experience to see it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, right. Now, if the list, if any of the new listeners who uh, have been under a rock and haven't discovered you yet, where can they follow you and find you on social media?
Okay, so I'm on. Actually, I'm on 4 things on social media. Well,
Sure.
3 things on social media. I also have a YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is CNN, and basically it's youtube.com/C/CEEN. Can you hold on one second?
Sure.
Someone's ringing my door. And
No problem.
Won't stop. I don't have the interview right now. So.
All right, guys. Hey, she'll be right back, and just to kill some dead time here. I lost a bet over the weekend.
Yeah, so sorry, Joe.
No worries, no worries. I was just killing some airtime here.
Guys.
No, that's okay. Telling the listeners over the past weekend, I lost a bet, and I don't really bet on money wise on boxing or things like that. So I made a bet with the person I know. You can't see it, but I have a good real thick hair, and since I lost a bet, I have to shave it off. So.
Oh no! Well, I mean, hopefully your hair is like down your back, and you can give it to.
Oh no! Yeah, no, it's not that long. No.
Oh darn! Because I know some of my friends sometimes, like when their hair is really long,
yeah,
they'll cut it off and they'll donate it, to the charity. I don't know what the name of the charity is. It's charity where
it's Locks of Love,
and it helps them out.
Yeah, it's Locks of Love. Is one of them.
Yes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But,
yeah,
do you know what? Summer's coming up, so maybe this is a good thing for you.
yeah. My daughter, she did that. She had her hair down to past her butt, down to her kneecaps.
Oh wow!
And she basically she had her aunt passed away and from cancer, and so she wanted to do something to honor her aunt. So she. Excuse me. Sorry, getting a little emotional here. She cut her hair, all the way up her, it's up to her neck now, but all that hair she basically donated it to that Locks of Love, so they can.
That's so sweet.
So they can make wigs for the cancer patients.
Well, you know what? She's starting young with a giving heart, and I think that's just great. So
yeah. She
meant to you raising her well too. So bravo, Daddy.
Yeah, thank you. All right, now I usually I put this on there, and it was kind of a shock to you on social media, and it's like I always put down, hey, I've got such and such person coming on, if you got any questions, get them in. And 9 times out of 10, I don't get a question. So, and then this time I got 2 questions.
Nice.
Well, not really questions, but more people were. I don't even want to. I didn't even get a chance to ask if they wanted to have their name said or anything. But someone asked if you're going to be doing any appearances in Florida, and as well as the other person wanted to know if there's going to be any appearances in Dallas.
I kind of threw you under the bus, kind of entertainment wise, because I get all these questions always, like direct private messages to me, and I honestly try to be off social media as much as possible, because already I think I'm on like 3 hours a day, and that's a bit more than I want to be on, because I have other things I need to do.
Right.
And I want to answer everybody's question, but if I was, I'd be on social media all day, and I can
exactly.
Done. And so I figured, you know what, they can just give you all the questions, I'll answer
exactly.
them.
Yeah, no problem.
It's a little bit late notice, but yeah. So people are always asking me if I'm going to do any appearances because I travel a lot. And the answer to that is I don't really just, if someone pays me to go somewhere and do an appearance, I totally will do that.
Right.
But I don't do a lot of conventions or trade shows, like those signing conventions.
Right.
Because usually what you do is you buy a table and then you hawk your stuff.
Right.
Nothing wrong with people who do that, but I guess I'm just too, I I guess I just don't want to do that and then think, oh, what if no one comes to see me,
Yeah.
So I figure if someone pays me to come, then at least I know that there's general interest already.
Right.
But I'm always up for doing any kind of appearance. If people want to have me come out, you can always go to my website, which is www.ChristineNguyen.com. It's basically my name,
Right.
Christine Wins, S at the end of my name, and then world.com.
Right.
There's a contact page on there. And if you send in your information and what it is you'd like me to appear for, then my team will get back to you.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
but I don't have anything coming up in Florida anytime soon. I wish. But yeah, I think the next place that I might be going to, the next place I'll be going to is Nicaragua. And then after that, actually the next place I'll be going to is Vegas.
Okay.
For the opening of Chaos, the club at the Palms.
All right.
Palms is redoing itself. And so the people at Palms were so awesome. They're flying us out, giving us a place to stay so we could check out the club, on opening night.
Yeah.
So if anybody's going to be in Vegas, or if you guys want to book your flights now, it's going to be the weekend of April 7th.
All right.
Or 5, 6. I'm sorry. I think it's the weekend of April 6th. So it'll be the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th that I'll be in Vegas for that. So if you're out that way, look for me and say hi.
All right. Good to hear. Some good information out there, guys. Definitely, yeah. Check her out and go to her website that she just gave you. Contact her if I don't know if she'd be willing to do it, but if you get a hold of someone who runs a trade show and say, hey, we want this person here, give her fee and get her here, and then that way there's maybe a way where you guys be able to see her.
I love it. Yeah, a couple of fans have asked me, will you do this trade show? Or people from some trade shows have asked me before.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm just learning to use all the different facets of social media.
Right.
Like I check my email and, my agents always send me stuff for them. But people now with the advent of social media, it's so much easier to get in touch with people directly instead of going through their agent.
Right.
And I get a lot of direct messages. And, honestly, probably up until about 3 months ago, I never opened my direct messages. Like some of them I didn't even know they were there. So recently I've been going through my direct messages more. And I think that's how we got in touch.
Yeah.
Because I think that you left me something like, oh, hey, I have this podcast. Would love it if you were on the show. But I think you left it a little bit ago.
Yeah.
And so I'm just now looking at all these messages and thinking, oh my gosh, I missed this opportunity. I missed that opportunity. So if you've ever sent me a message through, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to ignore you. I'm just now trying to clear out all my mailboxes.
Right.
But if you do send things now, I am on top of it. But once again, if you just go to my website and the contact page, that's probably the easiest way to get a hold of me for any kind of booking.
Right. All right. Good to hear. Hey, well, Christian, I want to thank you for being on. I do appreciate it.
Thank you. It was a pleasure speaking with you and meeting you cyber-wise.
Yes, you too. And also, like I said, those other upcoming appearances that you've got, if you got time, we'd be glad to have you back. And if your schedule's too hectic, just send me the info and I'll make sure I'll drop it, during one of my shows so the listeners get all that info for you.
Oh, you're a sweetheart. Thanks so much, Joe.
All right. You're welcome. Oh, we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Hey, that was ChristineNguyen. Hey, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, man. Hey, you got a lot of different sites you can choose from, and you continue to rock with me every time. So I want to thank you for that. Joel Gilmore, any chance of a Loop sequel? I just missed that, dude. Sorry. What I'll do is I'll get back to her on that and then get that to her. Follow me on Twitter, podcast by Mata, I do believe it is. And I'll get that info to you. And let's see. I'm going to make sure this is what it is here for you guys. Sorry about that. Get to me on Twitter at podcast by Mata. Mata spelled M-A-T-A. All right, guys. Hey, I want to thank you guys for listening. Hey, do me a favor, man. Do me a solid. It's my birthday weekend, man. I'd love to get up to 1,000 subscribers, man. Hit that subscribe button. All right, I appreciate it. Hey, we'll talk to you soon. We're out. Now I got to figure out how to do this here. Let's turn this off. Okay, you're done there. I got that one done. Now here you guys. Somebody scream. I gotta go pick up the kids for school here in a little bit. So give me a second here, guys, here on the live stream. Hey, Joel, thank you again for that question. Sorry I missed it. Still learning this live thing. It's only like my second or third live show. So I will get that to you, man. I'll get back to you for that question on the loop sequel. Let's see here. How do I get out of this? Turn it off. Let's turn it off. I forget how to turn it off. Somebody help me. End stream. There it is. That's what I was looking for. All right.